Imagine for a moment that the most powerful tool to overcome procrastination is not an app, a productivity hack, or the latest time management technique. What if it is already within you, lying dormant, waiting to be discovered and harnessed? This is not just a thought experiment, but a reality rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided countless individuals through history toward lives of purpose, resilience, and tranquility. Procrastination, that insidious habit of delaying important tasks, is a struggle we have all encountered. It is the silent thief of time, the saboteur of our goals, and often the source of our deepest regrets. But what if I told you that Stoicism offers a profound remedy for this universal challenge? Stoicism teaches us that the key to conquering procrastination is not found in external tools or tricks, but in mastering our minds and aligning our actions with our deepest values. It is a powerful reminder that, despite the distractions and temptations of the modern world, we hold within us an unshakable foundation for productivity, purpose, and peace of mind. Today, we peel back the layers of procrastination, uncover its root causes, and explore how the timeless principles of Stoicism can transform how we approach our tasks, time, and ultimately, our lives. This journey is about more than just completing tasks. It is about rediscovering the inherent power within us to act with intention and live in alignment with our highest selves. So if you are ready to break free from the chains of procrastination and unlock the doors to personal freedom, productivity, and fulfillment, you are in the right place. Let us embark on this adventure together, exploring how the wisdom of Stoicism can illuminate the path to a life of purposeful action and achievement. The only thing I ask of you is not to skip any part of this lesson. If you are here, consider yourself an exception to the majority. Act as one and do not disregard any part of this content. Your journey toward mastering procrastination through Stoic wisdom begins now. At the heart of Stoicism lies a profound understanding of human nature and our relationship to the world around us. To truly grasp how this ancient philosophy can help us overcome procrastination, we must first understand some of its fundamental principles. First and foremost, Stoicism teaches us about the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." This simple yet powerful insight forms the cornerstone of Stoic thought. When it comes to procrastination, understanding what is within our control is vital. We may not control external deadlines, the complexity of a task, or the distractions surrounding us. Yet we have absolute control over our thoughts, judgments, and actions in response to these circumstances. Reflect for a moment. How often do we delay tasks because we feel overwhelmed by factors beyond our control? The Stoic approach invites us to shift our focus. Instead of fixating on the magnitude of a project or the fear of failure, we are encouraged to focus on what we can control: our effort, our attitude, and our commitment to taking action, no matter how small. Another key Stoic principle in overcoming procrastination is the importance of virtuous action. The Stoics believed that living a good life meant living according to virtue, particularly wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Procrastination in many ways is a failure of self-control, a momentary lapse in our commitment to wisdom and courage. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The strength he speaks of is the power to choose virtuous action over momentary comfort or distraction. When we procrastinate, we often choose short-term pleasure or avoidance over the long-term satisfaction of living up to our potential and values. Life truly gains its meaning when we become conscious of and fully embrace the present moment, living fully with each passing second. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once warned, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short." Procrastination, at its core, is a denial of the present moment, a deferral of what we could and should do now to some imagined future. By fully inhabiting the present, we sever the power of procrastination, reclaiming control over our lives. The Stoics teach us that only the present truly matters. The past is gone and the future is uncertain, but right here, right now, we can take action. It is in this moment that all change, all progress occurs. Thus, living fully in the present is the key that frees us from procrastination, unlocking the path to intentional action and progress. One of the most remarkable practices of Stoicism is negative visualization, a method not designed to sow anxiety, but to prepare mentally and emotionally for potential challenges ahead. How does this relate to procrastination? In truth, it is our fear of failure, of imperfection, or of discomfort that often causes us to procrastinate. When we visualize the worst-case scenarios and prepare ourselves to face them, we see that our anxieties about what hasn't happened yet are futile. Imagine the worst-case scenario if you tackled that task right now. Perhaps you'll struggle, perhaps fail at first, but in those very struggles, you will realize what Epictetus taught. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The Stoics remind us that temporary discomfort or failure is acceptable and often necessary for growth and ultimate success. These Stoic principles, focusing on what we can control, acting virtuously, living in the present moment, and preparing ourselves for challenges, form a powerful framework for confronting procrastination. They shift our perspective from avoidance and fear to acceptance and action. As we internalize these principles, we no longer view procrastination as an unconquerable foe, but as an opportunity to practice wisdom, exercise courage, and strengthen our self-control. As we practice these principles in our lives, we begin to realize that each time we choose action over delay, purpose over distraction, we are not merely completing tasks, we are building character, living our values, and moving closer to our highest potential. In the next section, we will explore how to translate these profound Stoic insights into practical techniques for overcoming procrastination in our daily lives. These techniques are not just simple productivity hacks, but time-tested methods that help align our actions with our values, living with greater purpose and effectiveness. Do not confuse these practical methods with trivial productivity tricks. These are practices that Stoic philosophers have applied for thousands of years, and they continue to offer deep wisdom in confronting procrastination and the distractions of the modern world. Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable parts. The Stoics understood the power of incremental progress. Seneca wisely advised, divide each difficulty into as many parts as is feasible and necessary to resolve it. This approach is especially effective when dealing with large, overwhelming tasks. When you find yourself procrastinating on a large project, take a moment to break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. Instead of thinking, I have to write a 20-page report, reframe it as, today I'll start by creating an outline, or I'll write the introduction first. This technique helps you focus on what you can control immediately, rather than being overwhelmed by the enormity of the entire project. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius said, you must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible, and no one can keep you from this. Embrace the power of small, consistent actions. Each small step you take builds momentum, and over time, these steps accumulate into significant progress. By focusing on the immediate task at hand and breaking it into manageable parts, you set the stage for greater accomplishments in the future. Never underestimate the power of completing small steps. Once you take that first action, no matter how minor, you will begin to generate momentum and gain confidence in your progress. This aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy, where each action, big or small, contributes to the development of character and the attainment of long-term goals. Practicing negative visualization to alleviate task anxiety. Another powerful Stoic technique is the practice of negative visualization. Often we procrastinate due to anxiety about potential negative outcomes or failure. However, if we confront these fears directly and mentally prepare ourselves for them, we will realize that what we fear is often not as terrible as we imagine. Take a moment to visualize the worst-case scenario of tackling your task right now. Maybe you'll face difficulties. Perhaps your initial attempt will not be perfect, but what matters is that you faced the challenge and did not allow it to prevent you from acting. As Epictetus taught, we are not disturbed by the things that happen to us, but by our judgments about them. As you practice this, you will find that confronting your fears reduces their power over you. The act of visualizing the worst outcomes takes away their grip on your actions, allowing you to start working without the weight of anxiety. This mental preparation helps you approach tasks with a calm and measured mindset, ready to face whatever comes. Using memento mori to create urgency. One of the most powerful principles of Stoicism is memento mori, which means remember you will die. This principle is not meant to instill fear, but to remind you of the finite nature of time. Your time on this earth is limited, and each passing day holds tremendous value. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do, say, and think. This awareness of life's brevity helps you act with a clearer sense of purpose, refusing to waste time on trivial distractions. When you remember that life is short, you will realize that every minute is precious, and you will refuse to let inconsequential things derail you. Memento mori is a tool to create urgency in your actions. If you knew that your time was limited, would you delay your important task until tomorrow? Or would you act now, using every moment wisely? This serves as a reminder to live with purpose, making the most of every moment and not letting distractions rob you of your time. Practicing mindfulness and present moment awareness. Another essential Stoic principle is living fully in the present, not dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. Procrastination often arises from our fixation on past failures or future challenges. However, when we focus on the present moment, we unlock the strength to overcome procrastination. When you catch yourself procrastinating, pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Bring your attention to the present. What can you do right now to move forward? Even if it's simply opening the document or writing the first sentence, focus on that immediate action. This is the way to break the cycle of procrastination and start taking decisive steps forward. Reflecting on your values and long-term goals. The Stoics placed great emphasis on living according to one's values. When we procrastinate, it is often because we are acting in opposition to our deeply held values, or because the task at hand seems disconnected from our long-term goals. Connecting the tasks we procrastinate on to greater values and goals is a powerful way to find deeper motivation to act. Take a moment to reflect on why the task you're avoiding is important. How does it align with your values? How will completing it contribute to your long-term goals? When we tie our actions to our core values, the task at hand becomes more than just another item to check off. It becomes an integral part of the journey toward the life we truly desire, creating motivation through imperfection. In dealing with procrastination, we often get caught up in the pursuit of perfection, which keeps us from starting. However, Stoicism teaches us that perfection is unattainable and that striving for it only leads to anxiety and delay. What matters more is progress and the process of learning. As Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Embracing imperfection is the first step in overcoming procrastination. You don't need to make everything perfect on the first attempt. You simply need to take action, even if the results are less than ideal. Each step forward, no matter how imperfect, gets you closer to your goal. Focusing on progress rather than perfection will make it easier to take action and break free from procrastination. Each time you complete a task, even if it's imperfect, you'll feel a sense of pride for having started and not let fear of failure stop your progress. Practicing self-compassion. When we procrastinate, we often fall into a negative loop of self-criticism, feeling like we are failures. This is when we must practice self-compassion. Stoicism teaches us not to be harsh on ourselves, but to treat ourselves as we would a good friend. When you procrastinate, resist the urge to engage in harsh self-criticism. Treat yourself with understanding and kindness. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Don't let negative emotions control you. Instead, view procrastination as a challenge you can overcome. Practicing self-compassion creates a supportive internal environment that makes it easier to take action. This does not mean excusing procrastination, but rather recognizing it as a natural part of the process and moving forward, rather than being trapped in self-blame. Starting with small steps. One way to break the procrastination cycle is to start with small actions. Stoicism does not demand that we achieve perfection immediately. It calls for steady progress, taking small actions every day. Each small step, no matter how simple, contributes to your progress and brings you closer to your goals. In fact, one of the most important lessons from Stoicism is to act even when things aren't perfect. By starting small, you create momentum and gain confidence in your ability to take larger steps. This helps you overcome procrastination and move toward a more purposeful, empowered life every day. Practicing Stoic principles daily. As we begin to practice Stoic principles, it is crucial to consistently apply them in our daily lives. Stoicism is not a mere theory, but a way of life that we must put into action. There is no shortcut to overcoming procrastination, only the steadfast application of these principles in real-world situations. Start by gaining clear awareness of what is within your control. From the smallest daily actions, like how you approach a difficult task or manage your emotions in the face of challenges, to the larger decisions about your life's purpose. By doing so, you build a solid foundation for purposeful and effective action. The importance of self-reflection and self-assessment. One of the key practices of Stoicism is self-reflection. We must continuously evaluate ourselves, examining our actions, thoughts, and emotions. Often, procrastination arises from biases or negative emotions that we fail to recognize. Self-assessment allows us to identify these influences and eliminate them, enabling us to act more effectively. Ask yourself, why am I procrastinating on this task? Is it because I fear failure? Or is it because I am unclear about my goals? When we become aware of the root causes of our procrastination, we can find more effective solutions and, in turn, reduce time wasted. The connection between self-mastery and success. Stoicism teaches us that self-mastery is the key to achieving success in living a meaningful life. When we learn to control our emotions and actions, we will not be affected by procrastination. Instead, we will master our time and work. This self-discipline is essential for self-improvement. Self-mastery is not just about controlling external actions, but also mastering our minds and emotions. This helps us maintain focus on our goals and not be distracted by temporary emotions or irrelevant factors. Once you learn to master yourself, you will no longer let procrastination dominate your life. The ability to accept and learn from failure. One important Stoic principle is to accept failure and view it as an opportunity for growth. Every instance of procrastination or failure is an opportunity to reflect and adjust our actions for future success. Failure is not the end, but a valuable lesson that contributes to our personal development. Remember, no one is perfect, and failure is inevitable in life. What matters is what we learn from our failures and how we apply those lessons in our next actions. Accepting and learning from failure is one of the best ways to grow as a person. Creating a meaningful life is not about accumulating success or completing endless tasks, but about living with purpose and meaning. When we act according to Stoic principles, we not only accomplish tasks, but also find meaning in everything we do. Each action is part of a larger journey toward living a life full of purpose. And it is this strength that helps us overcome procrastination. To live a meaningful life, we need to understand that even the smallest actions carry deep value. And when we act with a clear purpose, procrastination no longer holds sway over us. Instead, we find joy in completing each step on our life's path. Asking the right questions to overcome procrastination. One important way to overcome procrastination is by learning to ask the right questions. Asking the right questions helps us not only identify the root causes of procrastination, but also find solutions and motivation to take action. For example, instead of asking, "Why am I procrastinating?" ask yourself, "Is this task truly aligned with my goals?" Or, "Where can I start to make this task feel more manageable?" Asking yourself these questions shifts your perspective from avoidance to a more positive mindset focused on action. Once we identify the first steps to take, we immediately begin to reduce anxiety and naturally return to the task at hand. Distinguishing between necessity and perfection. One major reason we procrastinate is because we worry about perfection. We often feel that the task must be completed flawlessly to be valuable. However, Stoicism teaches us that perfection is not the goal. Progress is. When we focus on progress instead of perfection, we make it easier to act and reduce procrastination. As Epictetus once said, "Not every event needs to happen the way we wish, but what matters is that we do our best in every circumstance." Sometimes just doing the best we can in the present moment, rather than obsessing over shortcomings or imperfections, helps alleviate pressure and leads to more effective action. Letting go of the pursuit of perfection not only helps us overcome procrastination, but also cultivates humility and acceptance of our imperfections. Acknowledging that every small step forward has value encourages persistence and continuous action, turning procrastination into an opportunity for growth. Procrastination is not merely a waste of time, it is also an opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of viewing procrastination as a negative force, we can reframe it as an opportunity to strengthen our wisdom and patience. In every instance of procrastination, we can learn to manage ourselves better, face our fears, and improve our self-discipline. Rather than continuing to avoid the task, stop and ask yourself why you are procrastinating. Seek the lessons you can learn from the feeling of procrastination and use them to improve how you work. Each instance of procrastination is a lesson in self-awareness and self-regulation. Focus on action, not the outcome. While we often get caught up in the final result of a task, Stoic philosophers teach us that we cannot control the outcome, but we can control our actions. By focusing on taking action, instead of worrying about the outcome, we reduce procrastination and achieve results naturally without stressing or overexerting ourselves. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not worry about the outcome. Act to the best of your ability in each moment, and the results will follow naturally." When we focus on doing our best in each moment, we generate motivation and progress without worrying about whether the result will be perfect. Taking action not only helps us overcome procrastination, but also builds good habits and creates a purposeful life. Each time we act, we reinforce our self-confidence and move closer to a life full of meaning. Sticking to the principle of control. One key principle in Stoicism is distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Procrastination often stems from our attempts to control things that are beyond our grasp, such as the outcome of a task or the judgment of others. However, as Stoic philosophers teach, we cannot control these external factors, but we can control our actions, thoughts, and emotions. When facing procrastination, remind yourself of this distinction. If the task or project you are procrastinating on is beyond your control, do not let it be the reason you avoid acting. Instead, focus on what you can control and do your best within that scope. Accepting that not everything is in your hands will relieve anxiety and free you to take action. Focus on action rather than outcome. When confronting procrastination, it is easy to become preoccupied with the final result of a task. However, Stoicism reminds us that the result is not the most important thing. What matters more is the process of action and what we do in the present moment. Every action is part of the ongoing process of learning and growth. Remember, you cannot control the outcome, but you can control how you approach the task. When you focus on action right now and do not let the result dominate your thoughts, overcoming procrastination becomes easier. Doing the best you can in each moment will naturally lead you to the desired result without stressing over perfection. Discovering courage in action. One of the central values of Stoicism is courage, not just in grand actions, but in facing the small daily challenges that we often avoid. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite fear. When you feel procrastination creeping in, try to confront that fear directly and begin the task immediately. Courage is the resolve to take the first steps, even when there is anxiety or uncertainty. You will find that as you act, the fear will gradually dissipate and the task will become easier to continue. Practicing patience. One of the virtues most highly regarded by Stoics is patience. When we procrastinate, it is often because we lack patience with ourselves or with the process of completing a task. We desire immediate results, and when that doesn't happen, we feel frustrated and give up. However, patience is not about accepting procrastination without acting, but about understanding that everything takes time. Allow yourself time to complete the task, and instead of feeling pressure, enjoy each step of the process. Patience helps us reduce stress and take action with a more calm and balanced mindset. Turning procrastination into motivation to learn procrastination is not an enemy. it is an opportunity to learn. Every time we procrastinate, it signals that there is something in our approach that needs adjustment. Acknowledging and learning from procrastination helps us improve how we work and enhances our self-management skills. Rather than blaming yourself for procrastinating, see it as an opportunity to better understand yourself and develop your skills in time management, emotional regulation, and task execution. By mastering procrastination, you not only resolve tasks, but also grow as a person in a holistic way. Embracing failure as part of growth in the journey to overcome procrastination, failure is inevitable, and at times we may not complete tasks as expected. However, Stoicism teaches us that failure is not something to fear. It is an essential part of growth and development. Every failure holds valuable lessons, and it is an opportunity to reflect, learn, and improve ourselves. Instead of feeling discouraged or frustrated when we don't achieve the desired results, we should view failure as a stepping stone, a challenge to be faced on the path to greater goals. As Epictetus said, success doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, but from facing and overcoming them. Embracing failure makes us more resilient, which in turn diminishes procrastination. Perseverance and self-reliance. One of the most prominent traits of Stoicism is perseverance and self-reliance. Procrastination often arises when we feel unmotivated or directionless. However, Stoicism encourages us to trust in our inner strength and persist toward our goals, regardless of the obstacles. Perseverance is the unwavering commitment to completing tasks, even when they seem difficult or tedious. When you continue acting, even when motivation is low, you gradually build good habits and a resilient mindset. It is this perseverance that helps us overcome procrastination, and over time, it becomes a natural part of our lives. Finding satisfaction in every action. Another Stoic principle is to find joy in the process of acting. When we focus on the act itself and enjoy each step, we can feel satisfaction even when the task is not completed. This helps relieve the pressure of needing perfect outcomes and enables us to continue working without procrastinating. When you engage in a task, find the satisfaction in the action itself. This satisfaction comes from knowing you did your best, and each small step has value. This not only helps you overcome procrastination, but also creates a powerful motivation to continue pursuing your goals. Connecting. Dedication with life's meaning. Stoicism emphasizes that every action, no matter how small, should be carried out with dedication and an awareness of its value. When we act with clear purpose, each task becomes more than a chore, it becomes part of a life filled with meaning and purpose. Dedication to our work helps us not only overcome procrastination, but also create a life full of meaning. When we approach work with gratitude and an understanding of its contribution to a greater goal, we gain the motivation to keep going. It is the connection between our work and our higher goals that helps us resist distractions and focus on action. Recognizing progress, even in small steps. Often, we procrastinate because a task feels too large or overwhelming to complete. However, Stoicism teaches us that any progress, no matter how small, has value. Each small step brings us closer to our final goal. Take pride in every step forward, even if it is a small one. Recognizing your progress helps you build momentum and overcome procrastination. When you appreciate and take pride in these small steps, you will find it easier to move forward without getting bogged down by fear or perfectionism. Setting clear goals to overcome procrastination. One of the key principles in Stoicism is having clear goals and understanding why you need to complete a task. Procrastination often arises when we lack direction or a clear purpose. Without clarity in our goals, we become easily distracted and delay our work. Therefore, setting specific, achievable goals is one of the best ways to break free from the cycle of procrastination. To do this, ask yourself, is this goal truly important to me? How can I achieve this goal? When you have a clear plan and understand the value of each step, the task becomes much easier. Knowing what you are doing and why you are doing it helps you maintain motivation and persevere through challenges. Starting with small, imperfect actions. One of the biggest mistakes when facing procrastination is expecting perfection on the first try. Stoicism advises that perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Taking action now, even if that action seems small or imperfect, is the best way to start and overcome procrastination. Sometimes, simply taking the first step, no matter how small, is enough to break the procrastination cycle. Remember, as Seneca taught, there is nothing wrong with doing small things as long as we act. Small actions create momentum and lead to bigger steps. The important thing is not to wait for everything to be perfect, but to act now. Freeing yourself from worrying about outcomes. One of the main reasons we procrastinate is due to anxiety about the outcome. When we focus too much on the final result, we feel pressured and have trouble starting. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the outcome, but we can control our actions. Focus on doing your best in the present moment and let the results come naturally. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not worry about the outcome. Simply do what is right in the moment." When you focus on action, the results will follow without the need for excessive worry. Reflecting on failures and learning from them. Failure is not an end, it is an opportunity to learn and improve. When you find yourself procrastinating, it may be because you fear failure. But remember, failure is an integral part of the learning process. Every time you fail, see it as a valuable lesson and adjust your approach accordingly. Learning from failure helps you grow and progress. Once you are no longer afraid of failure, procrastination will lose its power over you because you are ready to face challenges. Keep taking action and find ways to improve yourself after each setback. Acting with purpose and belief. One of the most important factors in overcoming procrastination is to act with clear purpose and firm belief in yourself. If you do not believe in your abilities, procrastination will become a habit. However, when you believe in yourself and your goals, every action becomes easier. When you act with belief and purpose, procrastination will no longer be an issue. Remember that every step forward is important, and belief in yourself will help you overcome any difficulties. Acting with purpose and belief is the key to not only overcoming procrastination, but also achieving the larger goals in life. Creating a supportive environment to overcome procrastination. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination is by creating an environment that supports action. We cannot face every challenge alone, and Stoicism teaches us that community and accountability are crucial in maintaining motivation and perseverance in our actions. Share your goals with trusted friends or colleagues and ask them to help hold you accountable for the tasks you need to complete. This support will make you more responsible for your actions and reduce procrastination. Additionally, build a workspace that is conducive to productivity, free from distractions, allowing you to fully focus on the work at hand. Practicing gratitude to strengthen. Motivation gratitude is an important virtue in Stoicism, helping us become more aware of the value of what we have. When we are grateful for the opportunities and tasks before us, we gain a stronger motivation to act and complete them. Gratitude reduces procrastination by increasing our awareness of what is truly important and worth appreciating in life. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on what you are grateful for. This helps you focus on the good and positive things in life, rather than being consumed by worries or feelings of procrastination. When you realize the value of the work you are doing, you will find joy in taking action and move closer to your goals. Working with consistency and self-control. Consistency and self-control are key factors in overcoming procrastination. When you act with consistency, you won't be swayed by temporary emotions or external factors. Stoicism reminds us that every action, whether small or large, has value and contributes to a greater purpose in life. Self-control is not just about managing your actions, but also your emotions and thoughts. When you maintain consistency and self-discipline, you won't be distracted by temptations or procrastination. You will always act with a clear purpose and not allow external influences to interfere with your progress. Turning failure into motivation. Failure is not the end. It is part of the growth process. Stoicism teaches us that failure is an opportunity to learn and develop. Each time you fail, view it as a valuable lesson and adjust your actions accordingly. When you are no longer afraid of failure, procrastination loses its power and you are more likely to take action. Do not let failure hold you back. Instead, view it as motivation to continue striving. Every failure is a part of the learning process and an opportunity for self-improvement. When you accept failure as an essential part of the journey, procrastination will no longer hold you back, and you will keep moving forward. Creating a meaningful life. Through every action, life is not just about completing tasks or achieving accomplishments. It is about living with purpose and meaning. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a life of significance. When you approach work with awareness and intention, you will truly experience the value of life, and procrastination will no longer hinder you. Live each day with a clear purpose, and each action will become a part of a meaningful life. When you act with consistency and purpose, procrastination will no longer be an issue, and you will get closer to the life and goals you desire. Creating a purposeful action plan. One of the most effective ways to overcome procrastination is to create a clear and purposeful action plan. Instead of letting yourself get caught up in confusion and uncertainty, having a detailed plan will help you focus on specific steps, reducing anxiety and procrastination. Stoicism encourages us to live with discipline and act consciously, not just to achieve goals, but also to grow through the process. When planning, break large goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This will make it easier to start and create momentum to continue. Each small step completed will build confidence and motivate you to keep going. As Marcus Aurelius taught, do not worry about anything beyond your own actions. When you act with purpose, overcoming procrastination becomes easier. Commitment to yourself. One of the key factors in overcoming procrastination is commitment to yourself. If you don't keep promises to yourself, procrastination will continue to hold power over you. Stoicism teaches us that we must master ourselves, and this begins with keeping the commitments we make. If you say you will do something, do it without delay. Commitment to yourself is not only about completing tasks, but also about building trust in yourself. When you follow through on what you promised, you not only defeat procrastination, but also strengthen your self-confidence and motivation. Every time you keep a commitment, you get closer to self-mastery and success. Building good daily habits. One of the best ways to overcome procrastination is by creating good daily habits. Habits provide consistency and help maintain momentum. When you have a habit of working effectively, procrastination becomes less of an issue. Stoicism encourages us to act systematically and consistently, rather than letting emotions or distractions rule our actions. Start each day with simple yet valuable actions, such as identifying the tasks you need to complete or planning your day. Starting with these small actions will help you feel organized and generate momentum to continue working. Remember, as Seneca said, life is short, but we can live fully if we know how to organize and act. Discovering freedom in action. One of the profound principles of Stoicism is finding freedom in action. When you begin to act, you will realize that procrastination is not just a habit, but a form of self-imprisonment. Acting with purpose and consistency helps you break free from procrastination's hold and opens up new opportunities. Act with freedom, not because you must, but because you want to. This freedom comes from self-mastery and doing what you can control. When you act voluntarily and with purpose, you will find that procrastination no longer dominates your life, turning procrastination into self-motivation. Often we procrastinate because we feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed by the task at hand. However, Stoicism encourages us to use procrastination as a motivation to act. See procrastination as a signal that you need to change your approach to the task or set clearer, more achievable goals. Procrastination is a prompt to examine yourself and improve your time management, emotional control, and task execution. When you use procrastination as a motivation to work more effectively, you will easily overcome it and find freedom in action. Freedom in action is the ultimate goal. Ultimately, our goal is not to avoid procrastination at all costs, but to achieve freedom in action. When you can act without being held back by procrastination, you will find peace and satisfaction in both your work and your life. This is the ultimate destination that Stoicism aims for, living a life that is free, meaningful, and purposeful. 10 things you must work on every day. Stoicism, each passing day, life presents us with countless challenges. Pressures, difficulties, and temptations surround us relentlessly, sometimes leading us astray or leaving us disheartened. Yet, did you know that everything can transform from within? Stoic philosophy, the cornerstone of tranquility and resilience in the face of adversity, teaches us that while we cannot fully control life itself, our response to it remains entirely in our hands. Remember, no one can take away the power of your mind unless you permit them to. Every day is an opportunity to refine yourself, to nurture the most significant aspects of life, and to steadily grow into a better version of who you are. Stoic philosophy is not merely a set of principles, but an enlightening journey that guides you to live a meaningful, courageous, and peaceful existence. See each morning as a gift, a gentle reminder that you have the power to start anew, to shape your destiny with every choice you make. Let us embark on this transformative journey with a steadfast mind and a heart ready to embrace continuous growth. But before we proceed, I have a small challenge for you. If you are truly serious about maintaining calm in every situation and advancing yourself, dedicate your attention fully to this lesson. This moment of focus could mark the beginning of something profound. Leave a comment saying, "Accept the challenge to cultivate persistence." This is not just a declaration for yourself, but a signal to the community that you are ready to embark on a deeper path of discovery. Now let us dive into the first principle of today's journey. Improving your attitude is the foremost and foundational step on the path of personal growth. It is not merely about adjusting how you perceive the world, but about confronting challenges head-on and transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. Your attitude is akin to the light of a lighthouse, steadfast amidst the stormy seas, guiding you back to the tranquility within. According to Stoic philosophy, our attitude toward life determines how we face challenges and adversity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound realization serves as the cornerstone of inner freedom, empowering you to approach life's trials with confidence and calm. In any situation, the only thing we can fully control is how we respond. So why not begin by improving your attitude to cultivate resilience? Imagine facing a challenge that feels beyond your capabilities, perhaps a demanding work project or a personal crisis. Your initial reaction might be anxiety and stress. But instead of letting these negative emotions dominate, try shifting your perspective. See this challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to rise above what you once thought impossible. By changing your attitude, you not only alleviate stress, but also unlock untapped potential within yourself. Capabilities you may have never realized were there. A modern example of this can be seen in the lives of Paralympic athletes. They face not only physical limitations, but also emotional trials. Yet through determination and a positive attitude, they transcend their circumstances, competing in global events and becoming symbols of perseverance. Their stories vividly demonstrate that nothing is impossible if you change your perspective and attitude toward life. Have you ever wondered what valuable lessons your most difficult moments might hold if you viewed them through a more positive lens? It is your attitude that determines whether you will be crushed by hardship or walk through it with peace in your heart. As Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Our response to adversity shapes the core of our resilience and inner strength. How will you choose to respond? Remember, each choice you make today becomes the foundation for a stronger, more empowered version of yourself tomorrow. Developing communication skills is not simply about exchanging information. It is more about how we connect, build relationships, and express empathy toward others. In Stoic philosophy, communication is an essential aspect of life, serving as the bridge between ourselves and the world around us. As we hone this skill, not only do we improve our ability to express ourselves, but we also learn to listen and understand others on a much deeper level. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This teaching reminds us that communication is not just about talking, it's about listening. When we truly listen, we expand our capacity to empathize and understand others from their perspective, rather than focusing solely on our own responses or defending our own views. Have you ever taken the time to listen to someone without judgment or interruption? Could a shift in your listening habits transform a conversation for the better? A real-world example of this can be seen in how successful leaders communicate with their teams. They do not merely give orders, but take the time to understand each individual's views and concerns. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, reshaped the entire culture of the company by promoting communication based on empathy. By listening and understanding the needs of his team, he fostered a positive and innovative work environment. Stoic philosophy also emphasizes that in communication, we must maintain calmness and emotional control. When emotions take over, we are more likely to say unnecessary things that may hurt others. Controlling our thoughts and words is key to keeping relationships and conversations constructive. Have you ever experienced a situation where controlling your emotions and words helped you navigate a difficult moment? Could developing communication skills be an essential part of your journey toward personal growth? Communicating effectively at the right time not only helps us become better individuals, but also builds deeper and more meaningful relationships in life. Self-discipline is often perceived as a heavy armor we must wear every day, a burdensome duty that feels difficult to cast off. However, have you ever considered self-discipline as a quiet companion, always guiding you through moments of weakness? Imagine climbing a mountain. The path to the summit seems endless, filled with sharp rocks and slippery slopes. What keeps your steps steady? It's the inner strength of perseverance. Self-discipline is not a chain that binds you. Rather, it is the wings that help you soar beyond your limits. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once reminded us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." We often think of freedom as the ability to do whatever we want, but in truth, true freedom lies in self-control, in being free from the pull of fleeting pleasures and easy temptations. Have you ever wondered why it is so easy to waste hours on social media, but so difficult to complete an important task? It is because we have not yet mastered ourselves, nor built a solid foundation of discipline. To illustrate this, imagine a marathon runner in training. They do not sprint at full speed on the first day, nor do they quit when exhaustion sets in. Every step they take, every time they push past the urge to stop, is a lesson in discipline. Marcus Aurelius also wrote in Meditations, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work as a human being.'" Discipline is not about fighting your instincts, but about awakening your spirit to fulfill the purpose of your life. So how do you turn discipline into a companion rather than a challenge? It's about daily commitment, small but powerful actions. Ask yourself, are you ready to take that first step on this journey? Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Limiting beliefs are like invisible walls surrounding our minds, preventing us from moving forward and achieving greater goals in life. What's frightening is not the existence of these beliefs, but how rarely we become aware of them. The Stoics understood this well. It is how we perceive things, our beliefs about our abilities and the world around us, that shape our lives. Each of us carries limiting beliefs, these invisible walls surrounding our minds, preventing us from moving forward and achieving greater goals in life. What's truly frightening is not the existence of these beliefs, but how often we fail to recognize them, allowing them to become unseen barriers in our lives. We constantly tell ourselves things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't change my circumstances." And it's these thoughts that hold us back from reaching our full potential. Stoic philosophy understands this very well. It teaches us that it is our perceptions, our beliefs about challenges, opportunities, and even our own abilities that ultimately shape our destiny. As Seneca wrote in Letters to Lucilius, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." These limiting beliefs are the root of our anxieties and self-doubt, because we unconsciously place invisible limits on ourselves without even realizing it. So, how do we overcome these limiting beliefs? The first step is to become aware of them. Pause and ask yourself, what beliefs are holding me back? These could be recurring thoughts like, "I can't do this," or "I don't have enough time." These thoughts are not truths. They are merely illusions we have created in our minds. When you dare to face and challenge your limiting beliefs, you will realize they are nothing more than invisible walls within your mind. Once you decide to break them down, you will see that everything you thought was impossible becomes achievable. As Epictetus said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When you change your perspective and shatter those limits in your mind, the world opens up with endless possibilities. Ask yourself, is there something you once thought you couldn't do, but eventually excelled at? Or are you still letting false beliefs stop you from stepping out of your comfort zone and seizing greater opportunities in life? Challenging these limiting beliefs is not just an exercise in shifting perception, it's a way of confronting your deepest fears. Are you ready to discard them and move forward on your journey? With the limiting beliefs identified and broken down, we now turn to another powerful tool in creating a better life: time management. Time management is not just about organizing tasks efficiently, but also realizing that time is the most precious asset we have. Stoic philosophy teaches us not only how to make the most of our time, but also helps us understand that each moment can be used to improve ourselves and live a meaningful life. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, wrote in On the Shortness of Life, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This reminds us that time is not infinite. Every moment that passes is an opportunity for action. So how are you using your time? Are you letting time slip away, or are you making the most of each moment to move closer to your goals and ideals? One of the most common mistakes people make is procrastination, thinking there will always be time tomorrow. But the truth is, we never know how long we have in this life. That's why time management is not just a necessary skill, it is an art of living. Think of an artist painting the canvas of their life. Every brushstroke is a decision, a moment. If you become careless, the painting will remain unfinished. Are you painting the picture of your life with focus and clarity? In modern life, we often get caught up in trivial activities, such as spending hours on social media, without realizing how much time has passed. But Stoic philosophers constantly remind us that every second is an opportunity to improve ourselves and accomplish something meaningful. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Do not act as if you were going to live 000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." Each passing minute brings us closer to the end of our journey. This means we cannot afford to waste time on trivial matters. A real-life example from the modern world is Elon Musk, who is known for his exceptional time management. He doesn't have more time than anyone else, but he knows how to break time into specific intervals to achieve maximum efficiency. This is why he can accomplish so much, while many others struggle to make progress. Imagine your life as a work of art, where each moment is a brushstroke and every decision is a step toward achieving your goals. If you allow distractions or the habit of wasting time to take control, the masterpiece of your life will remain unfinished, never reaching the perfection you desire. Time management is not just about organizing tasks, it's about creating a meaningful life, much like an artist carefully crafting a masterpiece with each deliberate stroke. In modern society, we are often drawn into unnecessary activities, temptations such as social media or fleeting entertainment, that prevent us from realizing that every minute can be used to move closer to our goals. Each day presents an opportunity to live with intense focus, to not let important opportunities slip by. Stoic philosophy reminds us, death is always near, and we never know when it will arrive. Therefore, every moment is precious, and we cannot afford to waste it on trivial matters. One important lesson from Stoic philosophy is to avoid wasting time on trivial matters and instead focus on meaningful actions. One of the biggest mistakes we often make is procrastination, thinking we will always have time in the future. However, the truth is that time never returns. Once it's gone forever. Thus, we must make every moment count and ensure that we do not allow time to slip away idly. Have you ever asked yourself, what did I do today to move closer to my goals? Each day is an opportunity to take small but significant steps, and if you do this every day, you will gradually move closer to a full and meaningful life. This is how we live with intention and purpose, instead of letting time pass meaninglessly. Ask yourself every morning, what can I do today to live a life of purpose? Time is the most precious asset we possess, and every minute can be used to improve ourselves, to do better, and to live a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "Do not act as if you were going to live 0,000 years. Each passing second is an opportunity for you to become a better person, to move closer to your goals. So cherish every moment and use your time wisely so you won't regret wasting it." Once we recognize the importance of time, we must not overlook another crucial element in creating a better life: the continuous pursuit of knowledge. In Stoic philosophy, knowledge is not merely the accumulation of information, it is the key that unlocks the path to wisdom, inner peace, and self-understanding. Learning never stops, and each day presents an opportunity for us to broaden our understanding, enrich our inner selves, and contribute positively to the world. Epictetus once said, "A man can't learn what he thinks he already knows." It is this humility in learning that enables us to progress continuously. Have you ever asked yourself, do I truly understand a matter deeply, or am I just scratching the surface? Stoic philosophy reminds us that learning is a lifelong journey with no final destination. And the truth is, we can always learn more, no matter how small the lesson may seem. Knowledge is not just about reading books or acquiring information. It is about the process of reflection and applying what we have learned to improve ourselves and the world around us. In today's world, many people spend hours consuming information from social media, but few stop to ask themselves, is what I'm absorbing making me better, or is it merely distracting my mind? A notable example of cultivating knowledge can be found in the life of Olafur Eliasson, a renowned artist. He is not just an artist, he is also a researcher, constantly seeking to expand his understanding of science, the environment, and architecture to create impactful works of art. By learning not only from the world of art, but also from fields like climate change and light technology, he has created works that have a profound impact on society. Building knowledge is not a simple task, but it is a journey that requires perseverance and dedication. Have you truly committed to expanding your knowledge every day? If not, start today by asking questions, reflecting, and seeking answers through action. Knowledge not only helps you understand the world better, but it also helps you live a more meaningful life and become the best version of yourself. Once we recognize the importance of knowledge, we must also acknowledge another crucial aspect of life: financial management. In Stoic philosophy, financial management is not just about controlling income and expenses, it's about mastering our relationship with money. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." True poverty doesn't come from material lack, but from the insatiable desire for more. Financial management is not merely about accumulating wealth, it's about using resources wisely without letting them control your life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that money can bring material freedom, but when we become overly dependent on it, we fall into the trap of spiritual slavery. Therefore, learning to live simply, content with what we have, is a crucial element in maintaining inner peace and tranquility. A modern example of wise financial management can be found in how successful entrepreneurs build their careers. Rather than chasing fleeting pleasures or spending recklessly, they focus on long-term investments and self-development. Figures like Warren Buffett and Elon Musk are not only wealthy, but also know how to use their finances to serve their larger goals, rather than being controlled by money itself. Seneca, in Letters to Lucilius, also taught us, true wealth is not in having great possessions, but in having few wants and using those possessions wisely. This is the difference between those who master their finances and those who allow money to dominate their lives. You may own many things, but if you cannot control them, they become burdens, rather than tools that help you live a free and peaceful life. So what have you done to manage your finances wisely? Are you living a life content with what you have, or are you constantly chasing endless material desires? Reflect on your relationship with money. When you control your finances and do not let them dominate your life, you gain the spiritual freedom to focus on more important things, thus building a fuller and more meaningful life. The next step in our journey of self-improvement is understanding and developing ourselves through self-growth and finding purpose in life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that development is not a choice, but a daily duty. Every day is an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves through small but meaningful actions. We cannot expect great change if we do not start with small steps. Self-development is a long and challenging journey, but it is also one full of meaning. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Growth does not come from instant perfection, but from persistence, from learning through failures and mistakes. It is in the difficult times and challenges that we have the opportunity to refine ourselves. And it is through these moments that we mature more than ever. But do you have the courage to step outside your comfort zone and face those challenges? Each day is a new opportunity to improve yourself, and accepting small failures along the way is a solid foundation for greater success. Think of yourself as a sculptor. Each strike of the chisel may not show immediate results, but eventually it will shape a masterpiece. Marcus Aurelius in Meditations wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Don't just think about growth, take action. Action is the most important factor in self-transformation. Don't let negative thoughts or self-doubt stop you from moving forward. Every small step is part of a greater journey to becoming the best version of yourself. So, what have you done today to move closer to your goals and become the best version of yourself? Growth does not come from large, dramatic changes, but from small, everyday adjustments, from wise decisions and persistent action. Only when you commit to continuous growth can you achieve a life that is full and meaningful. One of the most important questions in life is, what is my purpose? This is not a question reserved for philosophers or those who feel lost in life. It is a question that each of us must ask ourselves. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that when we live without a clear purpose, we can easily be swept away by the chaotic flow of life, driven by fleeting desires and superficial goals. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and action toward are wasting their time, even when working hard." If we do not know what we are working for and why, no matter how hard we work, our efforts will be meaningless. Finding purpose in life does not have to be something grand or monumental. It can be something as simple as caring for your family, contributing to the community, or pursuing a career that adds value to others. Consider the example of a nurse who works tirelessly every day to care for patients. While their work might not change the world immediately, in Stoic philosophy, these small actions carry deep significance because they stem from a noble purpose: helping others. A notable example of purpose can be found in Viktor Frankl, a psychologist and author of Man's Search for Meaning. Despite surviving the horrors of a concentration camp, he found his purpose in helping others discover meaning in their own lives. Even in the darkest times when everything seems lost, we can still find purpose. Epictetus also reminded us, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Once we define our goal and mission, every action we take will have meaning, and we will no longer waste time on trivial matters. So what is your purpose in life? Have you found it yet? Do not think that purpose must be something grand. Every small action you take, every step you make on your path, can carry great meaning if it is done with a clear purpose. Start with the smallest actions, and from there, step by step, you will build the greater meaning of your life. One of the most important qualities we need to develop in life is gratitude. In Stoic philosophy, gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, but a conscious choice, a way to connect with the present and view life with deeper appreciation. We cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control how we respond to them. And gratitude is the key to maintaining inner peace, even during the most challenging times. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This is a powerful reminder of the value of each moment in life. It's easy to forget this when we get caught up in the daily grind. But if we take a moment to reflect, we realize that life is filled with things to be grateful for, even the smallest of them. Gratitude does not always come from great things, but from the simple, everyday moments in life. Sometimes it's a gentle breeze, a warm cup of tea, or a hug from a loved one. These seemingly ordinary things are what fill our lives with richness and contentment. Gratitude is also a way to face adversity. As Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for what he does not have, but rejoices for what he has." When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we find abundance within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude is the way we maintain peace of mind, preventing us from being swept away by negative thoughts or feelings of scarcity. It is gratitude that helps us overcome challenges and difficulties in life, providing the mental strength needed to continue our journey. So what are you grateful for today? Take a moment to reflect on 3 things you are thankful for. Often, it's the smallest, simplest things that hold the greatest value. When you embrace gratitude in your life, you open the door to a more fulfilling, peaceful, and complete existence. And remember, gratitude is the first step on the path to happiness. When we look back on our journey, we realize that life is not about the things we cannot control, but how we live each day, how we face each moment, and each small action. Stoic philosophy teaches us that each day is an opportunity to improve ourselves, to live with purpose, and to not let external circumstances dictate our lives. It is the core values we cultivate in life that are the keys to overcoming all challenges and finding peace of mind. When you train yourself to maintain a positive attitude and stay committed to your goals, you not only overcome the challenges before you, but also build inner resilience. Truly, every difficulty you face is a precious lesson, an opportunity for growth. In the most difficult times, the values you have nurtured within will be what keeps you steady. One of the key aspects emphasized by Stoic philosophy is the development of self-control. When you can control your thoughts and emotions, you won't allow external factors to affect your spirit and decisions too much. Remember, only you can decide how to react to every situation. This is true freedom, the freedom in thought and action. Self-development is not an easy path. It requires perseverance, courage to face difficulties, and self-awareness of your own weaknesses. But it is precisely through these challenges that you will grow, and each small step forward in this journey will bring you closer to self-improvement. Never forget that development is a continuous process with no endpoint. In the end, every day is a new opportunity to live a meaningful life. We cannot change the past, but we can choose how to act in the present. Commit to your own growth every day, continuously practice and learn. Only by doing so can you become the best version of yourself and achieve the peace you are always seeking. Life is not always easy, and sometimes we are faced with unexpected challenges. However, in Stoic philosophy, we learn to accept whatever happens in life without letting it disturb our peace of mind. While we cannot control the events that occur, we can entirely control how we respond to them. This helps us maintain calmness, not allowing ourselves to be swept away by negative emotions or events beyond our control. What is important is learning to view each challenge as an opportunity for growth. Difficult moments are the times when we cultivate patience, perseverance, and inner strength. While we cannot change the circumstances, we can change how we perceive and react to them. This is the true strength, the strength of a free and resilient soul. Stoic philosophy not only helps us maintain inner peace, but also makes us stronger in the face of life's trials. By practicing patience and self-control every day, we can turn difficulties into opportunities for personal development and lead a more meaningful life. Remember, in every situation, it is our attitude that determines the outcome. Every day, every moment is an opportunity to demonstrate our fortitude and resilience. When you face a challenge, remember that your attitude will shape the result. Do not let hardships or failures knock you down. Use them as valuable lessons to move forward, because only by overcoming challenges do we truly see the value of effort and persistence. In the end, on your journey, always remember that every step, every action, no matter how small, has value. Do not overlook the simple things in life, for it is these that create true completeness and happiness. Growth does not come from great leaps, but from the small steps you take every day. Stay persistent, because each day brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Remember, life is not a race. It is a long journey, and each day is an opportunity to learn and grow. It is never too late, and nothing is too difficult if you remain steadfast in your goals. Trust that you are on the right path, and no matter how many challenges you face, as long as you continue walking, you will reach your destination. We may not control what happens to us, but we control how we face it. Life is not about what happens to us, but how we respond to it. Live each day with a positive attitude, persistence, and gratitude. This is the path to true peace, happiness, and success.